I'm Jenny Adrift. Welcome to my ultimate guide of boondocking. Basically, it's camping on undeveloped land with no hookups, so that means no power, no water, no sewer, and we're just surviving on everything we brought in, and we're taking everything out with us. The reason we enjoy this form of camping so much is not only being further away from the tourist crowds, but we get to see some absolutely amazingly beautiful places. Generally, boondocking areas are free to stay, and we also love how intentionally we live. We go through way less water and power than we would with regular hookups. In this video, I'm going to go through our list of essential gear and our non-essentials to show you how we make our lives more comfortable so that we could stay longer. So you've decided to go camping, but where are you going? There's some really awesome camping apps out there that you can get that are super helpful. The one that we use is called iOverlander. It has a vast collection of user-submitted locations, including dump stations, fuel and water stations, and it lets you know specifically whether or not this campsite is big rig friendly or not. And when you're like us, pulling a 26-foot RV, you need to make sure that you can get in there safely. You can also download parts of the map to use offline, which is great because there's a lot of areas that don't have cell service. So we've located a new place that we want to explore, but we're still not 100% sure if we can safely get our RV in and out. So usually what we'll do is we'll find a paid RV site nearby and park the RV there. We'll take the truck to the new location and just double check to make sure everything's kosher. We've even parked the RV and truck safely on the side of the road so that Brent can take the electric bike out just to make sure there's no really soft sandy spots or rocky areas that we should be aware of. The road's fixed.
Easy down there, but all like those spots where we were are open.
Great. And even with all these precautions taken, things can still happen. We actually lost one of our stabilizers on this road behind me last year. So now that we've found our perfect little camping spot, we can start settling in. As you can see from this beach, a lot of people prefer being right up next to the ocean. And for us, we like to tuck ourselves into the trees a little bit if possible, not only for a bit more privacy, but to give Minnie a little bit of a yard. Another thing that this helps with is getting less salt spray from the ocean on your vehicle. Salt is highly corrosive to metal, and if you're not cleaning it and dealing with it right away, it's going to start turning to rust.
Our situation here with the 2670 Grand Designs pull trailer is our power consumption when we're boondocking is kind of split between two inlet systems. We have 200 watts of solar that's inverted off the roof that runs what we have as a 12-volt compressor refrigerator or freezer, which is super economic. We're always confident that our fridge and freezers are running at capacity just off the solar, which is charging two 6-volt batteries off the front tongue of the trailer. That also enables us to run lighting constantly and also the pumps that deliver water to all the plumbing in the trailer.
This is where we really have to be careful running the water and collecting it, not to fill up our gray tanks. After eating, we wipe off our plates and cutlery, spray them with soapy water, and you can rinse them with a spray bottle too. Or just be very careful when running your tap.
Secondary we have is two larger deep cycle 80 amp hour marine batteries, as well as numerous larger MAH power banks. So once a day we'll run the generator, which is a 3400 watt inverter generator that kind of tops us off. If we need to use more energy like Starlink or the television, Then we'll run the generator for an hour to 2 hours a day just to kind of level those systems. We have 2 power chargers that run off of 110 that we use to charge the deep cycles. So once the generator's running and we're fully flashed up with power, we'll cable those onto the batteries. So at the same time we're charging the whole trailer, we're charging our backups as well. The 3 general sources that we're always monitoring is the propane, which operates the hot water on demand system. There's no tanks, so we're very efficient. As well, that operates the range of the stove and the oven when needed.
There's a few different things we've had to get used to while adapting to our new full-time RV lifestyle. To conserve on water, instead of showering, we will boil the water on the stove for sponge baths. We've also found it very handy to have a good supply of baby wipes, since we aren't bathing every day. Another thing that keeps us clean and helps save on water consumption is actually mounted on Brent's truck. A really great addition that Brent has made on the truck are these 6-inch PVC tubes on either side. They're full of water right now, and because they're black, they're absorbing the sunlight and warming the water up inside of them, and these act as our outdoor showers. When you use the shower in the RV, it takes over a liter of water to pass through for the hot water on demand to kick in and for you to actually get a hot shower. It also is going into your gray tank, and that just means that we're going to fill it up earlier and have to leave earlier or deal with it sooner. So today I'm having my first shower since arriving here in Juncalito. Definitely staying clean is important when you're living on the beach and you're getting sand everywhere. Now that I'm all cleaned up, I can start some dinner. I try to make things that require very few dishes. It also gets really hot in the trailer in the afternoon, so I prefer not to run the oven or the range. It's so great to have so much affordable fruit and veggies down here in Baja California. And we actually bought these prawns from a local off the beach today. And just like that, dinner is ready.
We're lucky boondocking right now, of course, near the tropics, that we're not too concerned about heat variances. One great thing is because we're beachside, we don't have to use air conditioning. And air conditioning is a massive draw off of your batteries or your generator. But we do once in a while on the cold mornings run heat. And we have 2 ways to do that. We have a 110 electric heater fireplace that kind of just purrs along. But on the colder days, to get that whole trailer kind of warmed up, we do have a propane operated furnace.
We also like to stay warm in the evenings of a campfire. Just make sure to clean it up before you go. Practice a leave no trace policy. Another thing that you'll want to be aware of is if there's a time limit to the amount of boondocking you could do in one place. When we were in Arizona, we noticed a lot of signs saying that there is a 14-day limit to boondocking. But here in Mexico, there's a lot less signs and a lot less info, and you really have to do your homework. We've talked to travelers who've stayed in one spot from November till April with no problems at all. However, it's still important to approach boondocking in Mexico with respect. Stay informed by talking to locals and other boondockers nearby. Find out if there's private property to stay off of, and just be aware of any local regulations. Practice a leave no trace policy. Clean up after yourself. Dispose of your waste properly, and minimize your environmental impact. If you're being respectful, chances are nobody will mind that you're there. Thank you all so much for joining me on this episode of Drifting South and my ultimate boondocking guide. If you have any boondocking tips for us, I would love to hear from you in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to help my channel grow. I want to thank all my channel members for your continued support and love. It means so much to me. Thank you all for being here. And everyone out there commenting, liking, or watching, thank you all for being here, and take care until next time.